Well, hello there. I'm glad you're here today. I'm Marty Whitney with ARTitude Adjustment, and I teach fun art, not fine art. So if you're here, you're probably looking to paint something, look at somebody paint something, or all of the above. So today is the first day of us painting a new project. Over the weekend, I did have a live on Friday, and we kind of wrapped it up. I finished the bottle. I showed a bag that I'm going to be painting at a rally, and having to prepare and get all of the bags ready. Oh yes, I have on my microphone. And I'm also waiting for a cue from Facebook so I can see your comments. And I see that it just came in. So let me get that adjusted and then we'll get along with the show. Now, if you were here last week, you know that I will be doing Facebook Lives on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And for right now, I'll keep it to 3 o'clock until I feel that we should change it to another time. And I know that'll probably be more convenient for some of you, so just mention it. Anyway, what I'm going to do is, well, let me show you what we've got. Remember this guy? Remember this guy? We painted the trumpet and doesn't work real well, but it is pretty. Well, I had several other instruments. I got to get these out of the front of my post, of my suite, so I can get on to some other things. So let me show you what we're going to do. This is definitely one of your regular made in China lacquered guitars. And what I'm going to do this week is prime it so that I can color it and paint it. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It's lacquered so much, but I still have to prime it. Now, when you come on, if you're going to be here, I'd like to know who you are. So just say hi. And one of the other things I'll do is put on gloves. I usually, when I'm painting something that's going to be like this messy, I will put on glove on my non-dominant hand. That's about all you need. I don't think I'll be getting it on my other hands, but who knows around here. I've painted some of the back of the guitar, and from that I could tell that I'm probably going to need 2 or 3 coats on this just as a primer. I use, let me see if I can turn this around. Yeah, we'll get over here. And I'm going to turn this around so you can see what I'm priming it with. It is a gesso. It's an acrylic gesso. And that means it's water soluble. And I will be able to add water to the gesso if it thickens up. I use it all the time. I also use Kills if I can't reach the gesso. So what I'll do is just kind of get this started. And this probably looks a little bit better than it did on the up above when I was painting with some acrylic brushes. No, I'm not going to take the guitar strings out because I'm going to be real careful not to go to that area. I think I'll put on my glasses. And I'm going to just try to let this dry as thick as I can get it on here. Yes, I'm going to paint all of it, except maybe for a little bit of the front. Why not? Why not? So if you have any questions about this, just say them. I'll get this so I can push it and be able to show you where I'm painting. The trumpet was a lot of fun to paint. Nothing I would change about that. We were running through some really rainy days. That's what I would have changed because it was so humid around here. I had a hard time getting a day where I could. I'm trying to put this on as thick as I can. And Lisa, I'm so glad you're here. We're painting painting a guitar today. And I've had a lot of interest in people wanting to purchase my trumpet. So I am going to list it. Someone suggested that I list it on Marketplace in New Orleans, which would be obvious. However, you have to live in the area where you are, or at least it said that to me. So I think this is going to keep us busy all week. I won't have these brush marks when I complete this because I'm going to get rid of them. And yes, I probably could have sanded this guy. Nah, that would have been too hard. Or that would have just taken up too much time, and I have a week that I've allotted to this. I don't know about you, but already 2020 has been very, very busy. My brothers and sister and I got together over the weekend and said goodbye to one of my nephews who is a missionary in Costa Rica, and we won't see him and his family for a while, and they are just precious. We had the best time, ate a lot of food, and but you know what? The miracle of social media means that we can all keep in touch with each other, no matter where we are. So I'm just going to give this a quick ta-ta. I'll just prop this up, and you can see where I'm painting over here. Yep, it was probably, I don't know how many times you have to lacquer something to make it this shiny, but it went through the whole lacquering ordeal right there in China. It may be China made, but now it's American painted. Meg, I'm so glad you're here. We're just painting a China guitar and making it American painted. Remember the trumpet? Oh yeah. I'm trying not to collapse this all in front of you. I'm going to have to let one side dry though, so I will try to have that taken care of tomorrow whenever I come on. Happy Monday to you too. This has been a busy Monday. I went to the, where we stay at Florida Grand Motor Coach Resort. Webster is well known to have the oldest and it's a pretty large flea market in Florida. I think it was started in 1939. So even though this is a very, very small city, it becomes a very large city on Mondays. And when we get around to holidays like with Washington's birthday and Lincoln, this town really goes crazy. I go over and pick up tomatoes and bell peppers and squash and my vegetables and some of my fruit. But right now, our tomatoes, which used to come from Ruskin, Florida, no telling where they're coming from. Probably California, I don't know. So they're not as good as they used to be, but I did get some very pretty bell peppers and cucumbers. They have those Kirby cucumbers that are real good for salads. So I'm gonna turn this over right here and so we're staying in, spending our winter, this is called our base, our winter base, in Webster. And I teach ARTitude adjustment a couple of times a month. Getting ready to leave here and go to several different very large RV rallies where I teach art and painting, and it's a lot of fun. I'm also going to be in charge of the ladies' tea that is March 17th here. I'm going to see if I can pull this guy down. Oops, it got caught in my microphone. Try to touch a couple of things up here. See how I went with a little brush here just to get in those spots. And that's what's going to happen when I touch this up. But this is, I've got another instrument to paint, and it's going to also be not as shiny as this one was, but it is a guitar. So I'm looking for some more instruments. Actually, guess what else I've got to paint? I don't know if I can do this on a Facebook Live or not, because I don't know if it'll fit. But I've got some water skis. Remember Cypress Gardens? Well, Cypress Gardens is now Legoland, for all of you who may be wondering what happened to it. But it's still there. I heard they still have water ski shows if you go there, but it's now big old Legoland. And see, I changed my brushes just to, and I'm telling you, the second coat is really doing very well. Well, so some of you who may be slightly left brain, I'm right brain, may be saying, wonder why she didn't remove all those little gadgets there for the strings. I'm thinking about painting over them. What do you think? Just go ahead and paint over them like, I mean, they're no good like they are. And they look kind of neat if you paint over them, don't they? So, Lekka, nice to see you today, or kind of see you. I'm glad you're here. There's some ladies next door in the next room playing mahjong. So I told them I hoped I wouldn't bother them, but they're not bothering me. So, this little brush might work out better under here. I'm about to paint over it, y'all. Just go for it. I might leave those in, so those little turny things. Yep. Those were a little bit not looking good. Don't you agree that's the way it should be? Just paint over everything. Now, I won't paint over the strings on the other end. Neither will I take the strings off. The main reason is that I wouldn't be getting anything back on there like it was. You hear the ladies playing cards? Actually, they're playing mahjong. We have a lot of fun here. Yep. What do you think about that? Oh, it's rainy. Yes, this is a new instrument that I've had forever to paint, and I stuck it back in an area where I have my water skis to be painted, and another instrument and a couple of other things. So today I went in there and I thought, I don't remember if I announced what I was painting this week because we were out of town and I was just trying to keep everything or get everything so you could see it. So I believe, you hear how much fun they're having? I believe this is for the best here, y'all. It's never going to be anything other than my pretend, maybe my air guitar. Yep. So this is good. I won't paint the silver part because that's pretty, that chrome is pretty. Well, I'm never going to say never because I may change my mind on that too. But did you think whenever you got on here today, you'd see me playing a guitar? This was heavily, heavily lacquered. So to get rid of that look was fine with me. Hey Jane, I don't know whether you've ever seen this guitar or not, but it was in my pile of things to paint. My projects coming up, and you'll be surprised at some of the other things coming up. Here, I might just dip that in a little bit of water to thin it out right here because it won't matter. One nice thing about using gesso, and I know if you use it on some of your projects, you know, that it can be thinned out, but it really gives good coverage so that you, first of all, don't use as much paint. And it makes your paint flow a lot better. Oh, you haven't seen this guitar. Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to take now this little paintbrush and just kind of, it's still going to be wet overnight. But it's one of my projects. So, our weather today, I hear rain in a lot of places today. We could use some, but we don't have any forecasts for it. But it is 82 degrees right now, and I'm wearing shorts. So that's kind of a blessing. And tonight is a big night of the LSU Clemson game. So we have lots of friends that are going to stay up late for the game. They say they are. Jane probably knows they won't make it. But we are cheerleading for some of our friends that graduated from schools around there. And this one's going to be in New Orleans. The LSU game, Clemson. Okay, now let me see if this goes on any better here. Oh yeah. It needs to be dry before you second coat it, but I thought I'd just see. And it's really behaving very well. I thought possibly the paint would lift off because of it being so heavily varnished. Not doing that. Let's see about this now. Oh, walk 2 miles. I think I walked 2 miles at the flea market today. I'm glad you're walking again. It'll make you feel better. And if you don't have any, what I usually do is download a podcast. And I've got some favorites or a book. And wow, what a walk that is. I mean, that's just enjoyable. So you were out more than 30 minutes. That's good, Jane. Okay. This is going to be just right tomorrow. And I'll be able to paint the other side. And we're going to see about getting started on some of our design here. Tomorrow night is a spaghetti supper here. What, you know what that means? I don't have to cook. Now, I'd like to thank y'all for being here today. While I'm priming this guitar, this is going to be one of my new projects. I think I saw something in the paint. Nope. I'm going to try to get brush marks out of here. You might be able to see some from where you are. This is going to be similar to the trumpet that we finished a couple of weeks ago, but it'll be even better. I'm wearing a nylon glove because I usually paint over my hands. And this is going to save me a little bit of time in my cleanup today. Oh yes, this is going to be like the trumpet. Remember, it had maybe 80 colors on it or whatever. This is going to be the same thing. It's going to be, it'll be a piece of decor for someone's house who loves guitars. Do you hear them? They're having so much fun over there. like I said, I appreciate you being here today. And if there are any questions or comments about this, I fully understand. I usually don't have to save my chip brushes because they're so messy after I finish. See what I mean? That would have been on my hands. So, Lekka, remember this? Remember this? That's something like the guitar will match it somewhat. So, if you have any color preferences, you can let me know, but it's going to have a lot of color in it. My instruments are always colored. Lots of color. And I hope that you will be back on Wednesday, 3 o'clock, unless I make a note on my ARTitude adjustment Facebook page. If you aren't following me, I'd like to invite you. And if you'd like to SHARE this, you can. I love fun art, not fine art. I love fine art too. I don't want you to think that. It's just that when I have my classes, we come together to get to know each other better, to get to know about each other if we can, and to have a good time. And I do this all over the country. We're going to be in Lakeland at the Southeastern Regional Family Motor Coach Association rally. We'll be at the Tiffin Allegro Club in Sarasota. We'll be at Riverbend the end of February. And there's one other one I can't remember right now. So anyway, we're one in Tampa coming up. So I'm looking forward to it. And I hope that you'll be back again. It's a great day to have a great day. So do something nice for somebody and also do something nice for yourself. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.